Hey everyone, welcome to the Harkonnen section of my Emperor Battle for Dune playthrough. So I just recorded 2 hours worth of footage, which then turned out wasn't actually recording. Basically what happened is that there was an issue with being able to select units and in the first 20 minutes of the video, and I'd managed to solve it by basically alt-tabbing, but that also switched the recording off. So I then recorded for like another hour and 40 minutes without knowing that it wasn't actually recording. So but I don't mind. But something that I realised when I was playing the Harkonnen playthrough there is that it's only the first couple of missions and they're pretty easy, and you can actually just speed through them with the units that you get, just as you don't really need to build any issues. So we'll probably just blaze through it again, because the main focus was to show the skirmish mode of all the different units for the Harkonnen, and I had the idea of sort of making like a big massive map, like an 8-player map, but then only me and one opponent, so that'd give me time to show off the units, because obviously I got destroyed last time for the Atreides. And it worked fine, so I'll just quickly blaze through it again. I'll play like the first couple of missions of the Harkonnen again, and because the cutscenes are really good, I think, and the music was actually really good as well during the game. So it might seem like a little bit forced, but basically it is. But apologies for this being so late after the first part, but I was working and ill and having to fit a new floor after discovering that the cats had been pissing on the carpet for an untold length of time. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yeah, it's just giving me the eye. But anyway, I'll start playing the Harkonnen again.
House Harkonnen, from the volcanic wasteland of Gidi Prime. The Harkonnen know only malevolence, hatred, and brutality. Their leader is the corrupt and vile Baron Rakan. Rakan's power-hungry sons, Gunsang and Kopek, eagerly await the Baron's death. Each plots to take his place, but while he lives, they feed upon him like parasites.
Yep, so the House Harkonnen individuals in the game sort of ape the Harkonnen family in the film. So you've got your 2 sons, but like in the book and in the film, I don't know if they actually were his sons, of Baron Vladimir Harkonnen. Fade Ruatha, who would be like the thinner kind of guy, he was played by Sting in the film, but he's definitely his nephew. I'm not so sure about Raban, who's like the larger kind of guy that you would have seen in the cutscene there. But the Baron Rakan in this game is played by Michael McShane, who you might remember if you're old like me, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. He's Friar Tuck in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, the Kevin Costner film. But he's also, I have vague memories of him being in some sort of like odd couple sitcom with Sandy Toksvig. I don't know if this would have been like mid-80s, late 80s, or maybe even 90s, I don't know. But the only thing I can really remember about that is that every time Sandy Toksvig shouted "bastard," the fridge door would open. It's the only thing I can remember about it, other than those 2 were in it. But he does the voices of characters in another Westwood game, Blade Runner, that I've obviously done the video of. He's Marcus Eisenduller, the boy that Sadiq kills with a bomb, the guy with the little dogs. And he also does the voice of the guy that sits outside the shooting range, and maybe a couple of other characters as well. But yeah, look him up.
Have you no tongue? Perhaps you're wiser than your appearance dictates. I am the Mentat, Yanat Kobal. Have no fear. You are not to be killed. The Baron will postpone that small pleasure as long as you are of use to us. No doubt you've heard. The Baron Rakan is not well. Soon one of his sons will take his place. You do well to ingratiate yourself to them. They may not be as far-sighted as their father. This way.
It's to be war. Sublime war. We will crush the Atreides and the Ordos, and then we will defile the bodies of their dead.
All hail the Punisher Emperor Rakon Harkonnen!
Your brother praises me, while he looms like a vulture waiting to feed upon my corpse. Could I ask for a more suitable heir?
You could ask.
Mother, can I get you something?
No, leave me! Leave me! Both of you! Why are you hovering there, Mentat? Step forward. What have you brought me?
It is the replacement you requested, my Lord Baron.
Doesn't look like much. If this one performs as badly as the last one, I'll have you strangled along with it. This sickness makes me forgetful.
It is your predecessor. Observe closely. This unappealing, waterless ball of dust is the planet Arrakis. But make no mistake, a handful of that dust is worth your life 100 times over. Now, your training begins.
So I do think they've really sort of nailed House Harkonnen in the cutscenes in this game. The sort of the attitudes.
In the name of Giddy Prime, I welcome you. You have been given a rare opportunity, Commander. You've been chosen to command the Harkonnen forces in this war of assassins. A war that will determine the next heir to the Golden Lion throne, the next ruler of the known universe. Destroy the base, Commander. Kill the enemy.
Right, so I might have to... No, that should be fine. Right,
Remember,
so...
the destiny of House Harkonnen is tied to Arrakis and the spice melange. He who controls Arrakis controls the spice, and he who controls the spice controls the universe. House Harkonnen must control the spice.
On hold. Cancelled. Construction started.
The enemy is on the attack.
Unit lost.
My blood's boiling.
Unit lost.
So the Harkonnen, some similarities with the Brotherhood of Nod with their units, or maybe perhaps even the Soviets from Red Alert. So you've got like your more traditional tanks.
The enemy is on the attack.
But another vehicle that they have, their anti-infantry vehicle, is the Buzzsaw.
Construction started.
Basically just a vehicle with like a big buzzsaw attached to the front of it. Very good at just driving over infantry. Bloody hell. Flamethrowers.
The base is under attack.
Ready to rumble.
Unit lost.
These seems to be a bit more savage an attack than I got last time. So flamethrowers instead of the Atreides sniper. Standard rocket launchers instead of the Kinjal that the Atreides had. The more fucking... Oh.
Building ready to place.
Flame turrets.
Construction options are now available.
And then
Destroy
sort of
the
like
base, Commander.
large caliber gun turrets. There's the buzzsaw. Built a couple of them.
Construction started.
So I'm just going to wait for reinforcements to arrive, basically. Oh, there we go.
Yes.
Right.
Construction started.
I'll wait for the Atreides to do their Operation Futile Suicide again. And I can basically just
Construction started.
steamroll over them with what I've got here.
Yes. At once.
So the Harkonnen are sort of less... Some of the Atreides units are a bit faffy. Like the Kinjal particularly. Harkonnens is very sort of like, you know, blunt force, you know what I mean? Like just very sort of not exactly subtle, their units.
Reporting. Ready to roll. Oh, yes. This is dangerous. At once. Yes. At once.
Unit lost.
I live for pain. I go. Death will follow. Yes.
Right, so I'm just
At once. Yes. At once. Yes. At once.
sort of move my guys up front now. Yeah. So I completed this as the Atreides back in the day. I think I got a decent way through the Harkonnen campaign. So obviously as the story unfolds... Oh, hey Millie. You okay?
Yes.
I also... Oh. Here's some guys. So I noticed these guys last time. Got Highland cows on Arrakis. So the part of the story is obviously regarding who out of those two sons become emperor. And yeah, at some point, you know, you have to choose which... Really? You have to choose which of the sons you're going to serve under.
At once, yes, at once. Yes. At once. Yes, at once. Yes, at once. At once. Yes.
Kill the enemy.
Unit lost.
Millie.
Unit lost.
Yes. Attack. Yes. Attack. At once. Attack. Yes. Yes. Attack. Yes. Attack. Yes. Attack.
So yes, I'm just blazing through this really, mainly just to show the entertaining cutscenes
Yes.
and the next mission in particular. because the next mission is relevant for demonstrating one of the minor races.
Victory is yours.
This is war, sublime war. There can be no retreat. Bravo! You did surprisingly well on Arrakis. But there is much more to learn about the barren spice belt. There is a native population. They are called Fremen, a desert people. Wanderers that wear water reclamation units called still suits. They are of little use to us, but they can be very dangerous. We must also consider the Imperial Sardaukar. They were born to serve an emperor. Without one, they have no purpose. They may prove to be of great value. Even as we speak, they travel to Arrakis. They will support the house that proves to be the strongest. Of course, that will be House Harkonnen. You would do well to seek an alliance with them as soon as possible.
This is what passes for a Harkonnen military commander? I fear my father is losing his senses.
Our father chose this one to lead our forces on Arrakis. The Book of Fade speaks of a single fire slug bringing defeat upon an entire horde of Anthrok. Appearances can be deceiving.
And optimism clouds judgment.
We shall see soon enough.
Ha!
When he and the Mentat return to Arrakis, I shall go with them to oversee the spice mining.
You? Why should you go? I am the oldest.
My father requests it.
Then he has lost his senses.
The Mentat will continue to oversee you. Now, if you prove ineffective, you witness the fate of our last commander.
So what? I am to remain here on Gedi Prime? Draining the Baron's pustules? Wiping the spittle from his innumerable chins?
Study your charm film book, brother.
You insolent... I shall be Baron soon. Perhaps even Emperor. Then you'll pay for your disrespect, baby brother.
Abject terror consumes me.
Do be careful on Arrakis. A knife in the back can come from any hand. Perhaps even a trusted one.
Doubtless you've heard the ancient expression, trust him like a brother. These two give the phrase an entirely new subtext. Blood will be shed before their private war is over. If you get between them, that blood will be yours. In the meantime, you will continue to capture territories. The Baron's spice must flow.
Yeah. So these are different territories. Right. I'll try this one. And hopefully this will be the same mission.
Our intelligence reports that Sardaukar forces are on their way to this region. Invariably, the Sardaukar give their loyalty to the strongest party in any conflict. These Imperial elite will test our strength through combat. Only after they have suffered at our hands will they deem us worthy of support and join us against our enemies. A show of weakness here will spell disaster. The Sardaukar will join our enemy in battle. You must gain their loyalty if we are to gain control of this region.
Engineers can enter and capture a powerful gun mounted on a fixed turret. It is heavily
Right, so with Enlock this will be exactly the same mission, where you have to... Initially the Sardaukar will attack me, and then I'll defeat them, and then I'll get a unit of Sardaukar to help me destroy the Orders, and basically I was able to wipe out the Orders just with these Sardaukar that I got.
The Sardaukar have come to test our strength. A squad of Sardaukar troopers is on the attack. Defeat them, and the Sardaukar will gain respect for House Harkonnen.
It's a different region,
You must not
though.
allow this dilemma to threaten our conquest of this region.
On the move. By your command. Yes. At once. At once. Find me some flesh. And MCV standing by.
Cannot
As you
deploy
command.
here.
Need some power tools. On the move. Saws engaged. Saws engaged. Chop chop.
It's not particularly
At last. Saws engaged.
large area
Construction
here.
options are now available.
Ready to cut
Construction
it
started.
loose. Saws engaged. At last. At last. At last. Cutting loose.
Oh,
Chop chop.
Building ready to place. New construction options are now available.
well, I got some Sardaukar already. And there's a pyramid here, it looks like.
On the move. Ready. No surrender. Find me on the move.
Construction
Need some
started.
cutting tools. Saws engaged. Full power, Commander. Thunder. Ready to roll. On the move. Ready for action. At once. Bring this troopers ready. At once. Find me something, Muleshi. Find me something at last. Need some power tools. Cutting loose. Saws engaged. Cutting loose. Cutting
Building ready
loose.
to place. New construction options are now available.
Saws engaged. Saws engaged.
So the buzzsaw in this thing will actually destroy the spice as it drives through it.
Cutting loose.
But I mean, look at that thing.
At last. On the move. Saws engaged.
Never going to pass its MOT.
Cutting loose.
Worm sign.
On the move. On the move. Chop chop. Saws engaged. Cutting loose.
I'm a bit gutted that I lost all that footage. I'm very sort of conscious of, you know, things that I would have said that would have been insightful or interesting to listen to, and because obviously I'm just sort of like, oh geez, you know, got to do this again. So I'm sorry if it's a bit lackluster, this, and if there's anything that I spoke about that,
Chop chop.
you know, was obviously comedy gold.
Chop chop. On the move. At last.
But
On the move.
hopefully I can do this mission and the next one,
At last.
and see a bit more of the cutscenes, and then do
Last.
some skirmishes. I mean, the
Cutting
loose.
The Sardaukar will attack soon.
Previous
Prepare your
recording.
forces, Commander.
Construction started.
Was just shy of 2 hours. Oh,
Unit lost.
just shy of 2 hours. So this will probably be a bit shorter since I'm just going to blaze through it. But it was good. You know, I was able to show all the units for both Harkonnen and Atreides without being, you know, overwhelmed like last time.
Hail, Harkonnen. We come to test your worthiness in battle.
Ready. No surrender.
So hopefully I can do that again. But here they come. Now these, the Sardaukar are badass. They're pretty much anti-everything. They can just be run over by vehicles though, but they will damage the vehicle. You got your tier 1 guy, just a guy with a minigun, and then your tier 2 guys, who are the 2 guys that I was able to find in the sarcophagi.
Ready to place.
Got a laser gun and a knife.
Soldiers of House Harkonnen, prepare to die a warrior's death.
Lost.
Conquering.
Construction started.
So I actually have
Base is under attack.
Ready.
a lot of units, unfortunately.
Attacking target.
Construction started.
Attacking target. No surrender. Ready to roll.
Spice harvester under attack.
Need some power
Base
tools.
is under attack. Construction
You
started.
may be worthy of Sardaukar support. We declare a truce until we have tested the strength of your enemies. On the move. Chop chop. Find us something fleshy.
Construction started.
Ready. No
Okay,
surrender.
so that actually that could have gone south quite easily there. I'll maybe... One thing that I was doing is that I was building walls in order to...
Construction
Radar
started.
indicates another force of Sardaukar on its way to this
Construction
area.
started.
Continue with your assault on the enemy base.
Construction started.
building walls, because in this game, similar to other... Oh. That's, I think, probably need to build a barracks, I think. Similar to other games in the Command and Conquer series, you can't build miles away from other buildings. So you build a wall to sort of take you up to the edge of the cliff here and then build turrets in that space.
You're now ready to test the strength of your enemy.
Building ready to place. Construction started. New construction options are now available.
So build a couple,
Construction started.
some flame turrets.
Training. Reinforcements are approaching. Building ready to place.
Yes.
Training.
Yes.
Reinforcements have
Power
arrived.
tools. Saws engaged.
Training. Construction
Ready
started.
to roll. At last. Ready to rumble. At once.
So I'm gonna hang in
The
back.
Sardaukar are quite impressed with our performance. They wish to
Yeah.
ally with us. The Sardaukar are sending reinforcements, Commander.
Yes. At once.
Construction started.
So these Sardaukar on their own, last time I was able to wipe out the enemy completely just using those guys. So I'll build another turret here and
Building
I'll
ready to place.
see if I can
Enemy reinforcements are approaching.
do the same. A head-on assault might not be
No surrender.
an idea
No
though.
surrender. No surrender.
So similar to the Fremen, they're basically one-hit kills for infantry. They do a lot of damage to buildings and vehicles as well. They can just be run over, and the Fremen snipers, they can take them out as well, but not quite as easily as they would normally. Let's see if these guys... Yeah.
No surrender. No surrender. We are prepared. Ready.
All right.
Lost.
Oh.
Attacking target. No surrender.
So I'll just send them round to this side. Oh.
No surrender. No surrender. No surrender. Attacking target. No surrender. No surrender.
So the Ordos vehicles aren't particularly tough.
No surrender. No surrender.
So my Sardaukar should be
No
able to...
surrender.
make short work of those. This bloody... Are you just going to run straight into that, son? No. Right, so presumably the Ordo space is here.
No surrender. No surrender. No surrender. No surrender. No surrender. Attacking target.
Yeah. So you see that they made short work of that building.
Attacking target.
There's the construction yard.
Attacking target. No surrender. Attacking target.
You know, that's not bad for infantry unit to do that much damage to a building.
Attacking target. Attacking target. Attacking target. Attacking target. Attacking target.
Yeah. So you can imagine, you know, like having a bunch of Sardaukar. They're the elite of the Empire here, you know. They're
Attacking target.
kicking complete ass.
Victory is yours.
There we go. Done. Look at them. Having a great time.
Well fought, Commander. I'm certain that the Sardaukar are impressed by your display of military might. Their aid will be useful. When our Baron is crowned Emperor, they will serve him without question.
Yeah. 96% efficiency. 7 minutes. Not bad, not bad. Right, so now... Yeah, they're just going to try and retake that space. So... A bunch of Fremen came at me last time when I did this.
The Imperial Sardaukar is impressed with House Harkonnen thanks to your efforts, Commander. A squad of Sardaukar troops has been placed under your command. If we wish to obtain further aid, we must utilize them well. Even as they test us, we shall test them. We will see just how useful these Sardaukar can be.
Short range flamethrower with 2 mounted flamethrowers, each capable of firing on the move. The flame tank is designed for close combat. Comparatively fast and heavily armored, it can inflict heavy damage against infantry and structures. If it is destroyed, the massive tank of fuel on its back will erupt in a violent explosion.
Yeah, so flame tanks similar to the Nod unit. So, like I was saying, some similarities between Command and Conquer and also Red Alert as well, the Soviets in there. So the Ordos get something that's sort of similar to a stealth tank, I suppose you could say.
The Sardaukar have given you a squad of their troops to command. Make good use of them.
I'm gonna try... I've got to rebuild my friggin' whatchamacallit, turrets that I built there. If I upgrade the construction yard, so I've already started off with a bunch of Sardaukar there. That's good.
New construction options are now available. Construction started. Construction started.
There's the gun turret, the Sardaukar barracks.
Started. Construction started. Construction started. Construction started.
So the Fremen, although they're anti-infantry
construction started.
Vehicles, they're not that great against. Unless it's the Fedaykin. Music's quite good.
Building ready to place.
I think it is different music depending on who you play as.
Construction started.
When I played as the skirmish,
We are prepared.
Insufficient funds.
in the
At once.
recording, failed recording, I'm pretty sure it was different music when I was playing as the Atreides. Got my Sardaukar there, just chilling out. So there's the Imperial Elite, Sardaukar Elite. So there's Sardaukar and then Sardaukar Elite. They've got they're good in close combat, but they've only got a pistol.
Building ready to place.
Right.
Need some power tools.
So I might just select all the Sardaukar here. Let's just go on the offensive, shall we? I mean, we saw how much the Sardaukar were just able to destroy the Ordos in that last mission, so should be able to do it again.
No surrender.
No surrender.
No surrender.
If I can do this mission without being attacked by Fremen, that'll be good.
Building
No
ready to
surrender.
place. Additional space required.
No surrender. No surrender. Ready.
No surrender.
Lots of pyramids going around here.
No surrender. Attacking target.
No surrender.
So,
Attacking target.
Fremen raiders have been detected.
yeah, I knew it.
We have informed the Sardaukar.
Attacking target. Attacking target.
No surrender.
No
Right.
surrender. Attacking target.
So I might end up losing some Sardaukar here. Bloody hell.
Unit lost. Unit
Surrender.
lost.
Attacking target.
Unit lost.
No surrender.
Unit lost.
Attacking target.
Unit lost.
Attacking target.
Unit lost.
Yeah.
Unit lost. Construction started. Unit lost.
Yeah, so I just lost all my Sardaukar there. Bastards. Bloody Fremen. The vehicles, though. Vehicles will take care of them.
Ready for action. At once.
Building ready to place. Building sold. New construction options are now available. Building sold.
300 bucks a go, though.
Training.
But these Fremen will get minced by my vehicles. In fact, I might just
Ready to roll. At once.
take my vehicles out now.
Attack.
The Sardaukar are sending reinforcements, Commander.
Reinforcements are approaching. Arm sign. Reinforcements have arrived.
At once.
There's a flame tank, look.
Arm attack. Unit lost. Construction started. Training.
Your command?
No surrender. We are prepared. No surrender.
So I just queued up more Sardaukar, and then more just arrived.
Construction.
So that's good.
On the move. Bring us.
Put these
At once.
missile troops there. Sort of, it's quite nice this little bit of rock that I'm on, because there's horseshoe-shaped opportunity for defenses around there. Snipers would be good up here,
Training.
if I had any. More Fremen.
We are under attack by the Fremen.
Construction started.
Just building loads of those buzzsaws to take care of them. Can't be arsed.
Construction
Saws
started.
engaged. Saws engaged.
Training.
And that was an Ordos scout there. I might just build another refinery pad.
Upgrading building. Worm sign.
Oh shoot.
Chop chop.
I wonder if there's... I wonder if there's anything in the game which will sort of mean that...
Sardaukar troops have arrived to assist us. Once the Fremen are dead, seek out and destroy the enemy.
I'm just going to say, I wonder if there's anything in this game that will mean that the worms might avoid the Fremen. That's a Fitty Keen, I think, at the front.
Insufficient power. Ray traps required. Construction started. Training. Spice harvester under attack.
My enemy flesh.
Building ready to place.
But no.
Unit lost. Training.
At once. At once. At once. At once.
The Fremen are defeated. You have completed your objective.
Yeah.
Now capture the territory.
At once.
that's how you deal with infantry.
At once.
Got a bunch of flamethrowers and flame tanks there. Hi Millie. Are you going to sit down rather than walking around?
At once. At once.
Alright, so if I...
Spice harvester under
No
attack.
surrender.
Base is under attack.
So there's the Ordo hover tanks. You've sort of a...
Construction started.
Right.
Ready. We are prepared. We are prepared.
Building ready to place.
Okay, are you gonna stay still? Okay, right, so that's fine. You can sit there. Right. Righto. Let's
No
just
surrender.
move on my Sardaukar. Now that the Fremen are dealt with, there should be no problem.
Yes, Commander. Smell the spice. Yes, Commander.
Is that my harvester?
We're on the move.
Yeah.
Ready.
It just sort of looked like it was sitting there derelict for some reason.
No surrender.
Right. They all seem to be
No surrender.
funneling down here. Smart. Smart move.
No surrender.
Okay. So yeah, so I kind of feel like the, unless I'm missing something, I kind of feel like the normal Sardaukar are better than the elites.
No surrender.
But I don't know if I've said it already, but there's a bit of a
No surrender.
bit of a drawback to using laser pistols that might
No surrender.
be able to demonstrate when I play as the Ordos.
Attacking target.
No surrender.
I think
No
the
surrender.
base might be up here.
No surrender.
No surrender.
Attacking target. No surrender. No surrender.
No surrender.
Attacking target. No surrender. No surrender. No surrender. No surrender.
No surrender.
Right, well, there's the Harvester. So a good tactic is to destroy the Harvesters, because obviously no money means no units.
No surrender.
You can hear
No surrender. Attacking target. No surrender.
No surrender.
Attacking target.
right, here we go. Gas turret. Oof.
Unit lost.
Attacking target.
Get rid of that turret. There we go.
Attacking target.
Unit lost.
Attacking target.
Ready.
Attacking
Reinforcements
target.
are approaching.
Attacking target.
So the Ordos hover tanks can't run people over
Reinforcements have arrived.
like the normal ground vehicles. It's just their reinforcements getting caned as soon as they show up.
Attacking target.
Right, this
Attacking target.
this one's in the bag.
Attacking target. Attacking target.
Victory is yours.
There we go. Oh. Those two boys there at the
This
end.
is war, sublime war. There can be no retreat.
So most of those units that I lost there is because of that bloody Fremen. But still, not bad. 9 minutes, 91% efficiency. I say continue. I'm not going to bother. I'd saved it when I was recording it before, and that was like probably a better mission that I did.
Father!
I trust the troop reinforcements are adequate.
Oh, most assuredly. Our troops will be deployed as soon as the frigates land.
I had a sublime thought. I want you to launch an attack on the enemy frigates before you arrive.
Before. Inside the Highlander.
The Ordos and Atreides frigates are merely sitting there. You can wipe them out before they even set foot on my spice planet.
You understand that that would be a direct violation of the Great Convention?
Great Convention? Is my baby brother a soldier or a diplomat?
My brother is an imbecile! My only intention, Father, was to...
Your intention doesn't interest me in the slightest. You'll obey without question or be replaced. Perhaps you are too young for this position.
I am yours to command, as always. I will make you proud, Father.
Of course you will. Once the attack begins, the other houses will try to defend themselves. This should be a fine test for our new military commander. Huh? Kill them. Kill them all!
Destroy all the enemy frigates. Kill everyone you find.
So this is as far as I got with the Atreides. Yeah, you for whoever you play as, you have to do this mission to destroy all the frigates and troops on the Highliner. But I'll stop there playing the game. I'll maybe do this mission when I play as the Ordos. I'll go to board game and I'll load up a skirmish. Right, so if I choose Harkonnen and I was... Yeah. Yeah, I'll do the... Because one of the things I was wanting to show last time. I'm not a particular fan of the... what I'll do is I'll just quickly play as the guild of the Sardaukar. I'll take off that. I'll set it to easy as well. Basically, just just don't want to get free. Can I? Yeah, there, thanks. Right, so I'll choose this map. This is quite a large map, so I should have time. I'll bump that starting units up to 10 because then I might get some of the units off the bat that I can demonstrate, show you guys, and play.
All systems go.
Right. It's probably not a good place for a base right next to the entrance to the rocky bit. So you started off with some Harkonnen units already. And you've got a missile tank. So I think there is a similar unit in some of the Command & Conquer games. Basically fires just a big missile barrage. So, pardon me.
Options are now available.
So the thing about the Harkonnen is that they are sort of like niche for every vehicle, whereas the Atreides, once you get your tech high enough, the Atreides have basically got one vehicle that's just good against everything, really long range, and that's the Minotaur.
New construction options are now available.
I'm just going to quickly fire through. So the Harkonnen infantry we've actually seen. The flamethrowers, troopers, missile launcher guys, engineers, so nothing new for the infantry there. Excuse me. But I'll show you the rest of the vehicles.
Construction started.
And also the...
New construction options are now available.
We've seen all the Sardaukar in action, but I'll show you the guild. The guild tank, the guild navigator tank's pretty cool. I'm not sure how you get the guild in the game actually, playing a single player. I never managed to do it. Like I say, I only completed as the Atreides, and I had the Fremen and Ix, and actually ended up with the Sardaukar as well. And I played as the Harkonnen. I completed as the Atreides, played it a little bit as the Harkonnen up until sort of like you have to decide which son you want to be serving under.
Ready to place.
And
new construction options are now available.
Build that and
upgrading building.
So if I build a factory,
started.
So the Harkonnen's special weapon is a nuclear missile as well. So it's probably the best special weapon just for raw damage. Whereas the Atreides is, I think, is probably the worst. It's I mean, I suppose it maybe has its uses in some situations, but the Atreides weapon is it's not a weapon. It's just sort of like a ray, an aura that makes people panic and run away, but then they come back after, like, it wears off after a while. And the Ordos is a ray that makes people change allegiance. But like the the Harkonnen's like raw damage. Whereas the Atreides doesn't kill anyone at all. And the Ordos, any damage done would be reliant on how many people, infantry and vehicles, you were able to convert to your side. So in skirmish mode, these crates in skirmish mode don't just have money in them, they sometimes have units, special weapons, similar to playing skirmish in Command and Conquer. Sometimes you get nuclear weapons or ion cannons in amongst the crates.
Cutting loose. Ready to run on the move.
Construction started. Cancelled. Upgrading building.
So we've got the buzzsaw and the normal assault tank.
New construction options are now available.
So now we've got the
Construction started.
Inkvine catapult, which I just quite like. I'll upgrade the construction yard. And build a hangar. So now we've got the gun turret and the flame turret, now that we upgraded the construction yard.
Upgrading building.
Build an extra refinery pad to get some more money.
Need some power tools. Rip it up. Cutting loose. Time to kill. At last.
So the
Ready to place.
On the move. Saws engaged.
So the Inkvine catapult,
New construction options are now available.
the Inkvine catapult is just a catapult. Fires barrels of toxic waste.
Spice harvester under attack.
Quite a long range.
Ready to roll. Cutting loose. Catapult on the move.
Bloody Atreides, what they're playing at.
Ready to roll. At last. Cutting loose.
Just run them all over.
Chop chop.
Right, so we built the hangar.
At last.
Where's the bloody sneaky boy?
On the move.
So the hangar gives us the air defense platform.
Started.
And if I upgrade it,
Upgrading building.
Bring 'em on. At once.
New construction options are now available.
so we've got the Harkonnen gunship. I'll build a guild
Construction
palace.
started.
Full power. Command as you command.
So I've got 3 harvesters on the go now, fully upgraded refinery. Here we go.
Yes.
So this guy just hovers and will shoot anyone that comes within that zone.
Sounds good.
Look at him go. The gunship is sort of like the Orcas
Construction started.
from Command and Conquer, flying units. You need to build a landing pad for them to refuel and rearm. Guild Palace has taken a while. Yep, so he can like sort of stay there, protecting the harvesters.
Building ready to place.
Right, Guild Palace. Let's put it.
Insufficient power. Ring traps required. Construction started. New construction options are now available.
So we've got a guild maker.
Construction started.
Build one of those.
Building ready to place. Construction started. Building ready to place.
So if I upgrade
Upgrading
Palace,
building.
Maker's taking a while.
New construction options are now available.
I've got the Guild Navigator tank now. So then the Navigators these are the guys that fly the Highliners, the folding space. So these things used to be human. They're mutated by there's like massive exposure to spice.
Construction started.
So I think I'm not entirely sure what he's like in combat. Ugh. Gross. If I build an
Construction
outpost,
started.
I think that might unlock the palace.
Building ready to place. Insufficient power. Wind traps required. Construction started.
Maybe not. It's probably the starport. I just need to build more power.
Building ready to place.
Okay, so we've got a guild tank there. I will
Upgrade
wonder.
building.
I'll upgrade the barracks and see if that does anything.
New construction options
No.
are now available.
Okay, so will the
Construction
starport
started.
now? Right, so the tank.
Build is always ready.
So in the chamber there, you can see one of those wormy guys, the navigators. So double click on this guy.
Full space generator.
Basically, he teleports
Engaging full space generator.
place to place, and like wait a couple of seconds. It's sort of having a bit of a fit, and then
Charging full space generator. Charging full space generator.
just do it again.
Engaging full space generator.
So as far as combat capabilities go, it's not amazing really though. It's sort of like a lightning arc.
We will cooperate.
You know, I don't particularly think it's heavily armored
Agree
either,
with your
Ready to
suggestion.
place.
but I'm only basing that on how fast it's going about.
We agree with your suggestion. We agree with your
Right, so
suggestion.
build this starport. Probably have to build more wind traps after I place this.
Insufficient power. Wind traps required. Construction started. New construction options are now available.
Alright, so now we've got the Harkonnen Devastator.
Construction started. Building ready to place.
And I'll build the palace.
Construction started.
Here he comes, look.
Reactor stable. Reactor at maximum.
So this is sort of like the Harkonnen ultimate units, akin to the Mammoth tank maybe, from Command & Conquer.
Engaged.
So the Atreides ultimate unit is actually the Sonic tank, even though I would say the Minotaur is better. But is that pretty much... I'll place the Harkonnen Palace,
Building ready to place.
and
Insufficient power. Wind traps required.
so once this is built,
Construction started.
There we go. So you got the Harkonnen.
Options are now available.
Harkonnen Death Hand missile is now available to build.
Building ready to place. Death Hand preparing for launch.
Yep. So that's pretty much it. The only unit I haven't... Oh, here we go.
Sir,
Lost.
sounds good.
Get my drone over there. So the Inkvine catapult is sort of contaminating the area. And things shooting at folk. Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, right.
Sounds good.
So I think that's probably it. You sort of get the idea of the Harkonnen units. So, long range, anti-infantry, big beast,
Ready to rumble.
tank,
On your command.
lightly armoured, anti-vehicle, flamethrower unit, normal trooper,
Finding
anti-infantry, miscellaneous, teleporting job. Okay, so I'll quickly abort this and start an Atreides one, so we can show all those units that I failed. X, oh that's Fremen. X is that X? Yeah, right. And then I'll switch to Harkonnen. Switch that off. Switch that off. Just playing again. Crank the units up to 10. And start. So particularly want to show again the Fedakeen summoning the worm. Ugh. One of the maps I could choose there looked like it was on Caladan, so that would actually be a bit of a departure from the rocks and sand of Dune.
Something on the way.
So we started off with a Minotaur.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Ready, yes, sir.
you guys need to move out the way.
Ready, yes, sir. Let's go. Infantry here. To the battle.
Okay, so
Ready and willing. Right away, sir.
2 routes in.
Construction started.
How about a little right away, sir. Right away, sir. On the way. Right away, sir. On the way. Right away, sir. On the way. On the way. Sounds good. Right away, sir. Right away, sir. Sounds good.
Structure ready to place.
Right away, sir. Sounds good.
Construction options are now
Sounds good. Right away, sir.
Refinery.
Construction started.
We'll upgrade the construction yard. So the Atreides, as far as their defensive turrets go, are similar to the GDI from the first Command & Conquer game. They get the machine gun turrets and then they get rocket turrets. So they start off anti-infantry and then get anti-vehicle. So
Yes,
probably the best defensive units, actually. I mean, the Harkonnen are okay. The flame turret's short range, it can hurt your own units, and the gun turret just is a gun, but it's sort of like an anti-vehicle gun rather than an anti-infantry gun. But obviously rockets are better anti-vehicle. So the Minotaur,
Structure ready to place.
it's got 4 large guns. The Minotaur is really long range, but is
Construction options are now available.
anti-vehicle and anti-infantry. The only thing that the Minotaur can't do is shoot flying units.
Upgrading building.
I built a
Construction started.
barracks.
Structure ready to place. Construction started. New construction options are now available.
So yeah, so we saw the Atreides infantry. Not much to write home about really. The normal guys, snipers, and they get the Kinjal and engineers. I'm building a factory just now. I'll build another refinery pad, might as well get more cash, do this faster. See if this hasn't recorded. Don't mind telling you.
Need some right away, sir.
Might just go to my bed. It's only 5:45.
Sounds good.
Right.
On the way. On the way. Sounds good. Right away, sir. On the way. On the way. On the way. On the way. Sounds good.
Structure ready to place.
On the way.
Factoire.
Sufficient power. Ray traps required.
And I will
Construction started.
upgrade that as soon as I
Construction
can.
options are now available.
So we've got the sand bike and the mongoose. And that's unlocked the hangar again. So it's the same sort of tech, like building progression.
Structure ready to place. Upgrading
Build a
building.
factory. I'll build a Fremen camp.
Construction started. New construction options are now available.
So straight away, just upgrading the factory, we get the repair vehicle
Construction started.
and the Minotaur, and also the APC as well. So that the repair vehicle, Harkonnen don't get any way of repairing vehicles, so that Atreides have got that over them, and build another Minotaur.
Upgrading building.
Might as well upgrade barracks. For completionist sake.
New construction options are now available.
Yes, there's our Kinjal
Structure ready
and
to
engineer.
place. New construction options are now available.
So straight away I'll upgrade that
Construction
Fremen camp
started. Upgrading building. New
and
construction
build
options
a
are now available.
Fedaykin. So $250 for a Fedaykin. And if you think about Sardaukar 300, Fremen warriors 150, but the Fremen warriors, like, they can tear apart the Sardaukar. So our repair vehicle,
Who needs help? At once, sir.
he'll just go about repairing anything. Anything that needs it. And
Construction started.
build the House of Ix and then upgrade it and show off the tank that you get.
Ready for action.
So here's the Fedaykin.
Onward. I shall bring us on.
I'll send him to the deep desert. No sign of the enemy so far. Oh, the hell? Was that guy gonna steal my mongoose? It's very much what it looked like. But anyway, so the Fedaykin can summon the worms. He will use his thumping device to cause vibrations.
Structure ready to place.
X.
Construction started. New construction options are now available.
So the
Upgrading building.
Ixian Tier 1 unit is the
Construction options are
infiltrator.
now available.
The Tier 2
Construction
unit
started.
is a projector tank. Now the projector tank's just got like a little machine gun on it, but its special ability is really quite interesting. What the hell are you guys doing?
Kinjal ready. Ready for action, sir.
Unit lost. Unit lost.
On the move. Got it.
Structure ready to place.
Right, so I might build,
Training.
I might train some Fremen, take care of any
Ready for action, sir. Deploying gun. Ready to fire.
take care of any infantry that decide to come in. So the hangar...
Insufficient power. Range wraps required. Construction started. New construction options are now available.
Yep, here we go. Just Worm Rider. You can't actually control them, but they'll just go about, do his own thing.
Structure ready to place.
Best to leave him to it.
How about a little recon? On the way!
Might get a unit out of that.
Cannons loaded. I smell fear. Cannons loaded. Responding. Cannons loaded. Yes, sir.
Right.
Instructions are required. Processing instructions.
Training.
So build a hangar, and I can build an air drone similar to the Harkonnen one. I'll upgrade that. Oh wow!
How about a little recon?
So it's now got stealth.
Now available.
Right away, sir.
My sandbag.
Right away, sir.
So the infiltrator tank.
Operational. Duplication mode operational.
You then click on another unit.
Duplicate operational.
Makes a little
Cannons at the ready.
duplication of it. So the health will go down, but it's, you know, a proper unit. It'll do damage. It'll take damage. But
Input duplication sequence initiated. Duplication sequence initiated.
there we go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Instructions are required. Duplication sequence initiated.
Awaiting your signal. Responding.
So yeah, just that one.
Position. Yes,
That
sir.
one Ixian projector tank has just created a bunch of duplicate Minotaurs,
Yes, sir.
which, you know, they're not permanent, but you know, they'll fight all the same. Pretty interesting. So the Atreides have ornithopters in place of the Harkonnen gunships. Good for like missile strikes and targets. Take out the power, things like that. Build a starport now. There's not a lot of space in this little zone I've got here.
If it moves, we'll fix it.
But yeah, I think I didn't bother much with the Ixian projector tanks when I played this the first time. I just made a load of the
Fennekin ready.
oh. Here come the Harkonnen. I used to just make a bunch of the infiltrators. What you doing?
Guard order cancelled.
I go.
Yeah. So I'll move
Awaiting
one of
your
my
signal. Moving to new position. Cannons at the ready. Yes,
my
sir.
duplicate lads up here. Oh, that's so annoying.
Worm sign.
Need processed. Order. Duplication processing operational.
Insufficient power. Range wraps required. Construction started.
Yeah.
New construction options are now available.
Okay, so now we can build sonic tanks
Construction started.
and the Atreides Palace.
Construction started. Unit lost.
So yeah, so there's all sorts of tactics that you can use, you know, like going after the harvesters, combinations of units, you know, things like the Ixian infiltrators, the Ixian tank, the guild tank. They've all got all their special abilities. They've got a bunch of ornithopters going after power, or using the infiltrators to take out the power, which will drop the defensive turrets if they have any. Then the ornithopters swoop in, destroy like the construction yard or the factories. Ground units then coming in. You can have sort of like massive, like 3-4 pronged attacks going on. So here's a sonic tank. So the sonic tank can't sort of rotate the barrel; it can only rotate the unit itself. But the sonic blast will go through multiple units, and it's sort of like it's good against like everything basically.
Good to go, sir.
So that's the Atreides ultimate final unit compared to the Harkonnen Devastator.
Structure ready to place.
Okay, and building the Atreides Palace will just basically unlock
Sufficient power.
the oh shoot.
Yes, Commander. Good to go, sir.
Construction options are now available.
Need in duplication mode, operational. Projector operation are required. Duplication mode, operational.
House Harvester under attack. Under attack.
Instructions are required.
Awaiting orders. They won't know what hit them. Cannons loaded. Yes, sir.
Open fire!
Cannons at the ready.
Lost.
I smell fear. Awaiting your signal.
Lost.
Oh.
Cannons loaded.
Worm sign.
No, no. They blew up my mongoose, not my mongoose, my repair vehicle. What's that guy doing?
Construction started.
So yeah, so there's my Hawk Strike. I'm just going to build a couple of... I think that's probably enough really. So that's all the Atreides units, and also the Ixian and the Fremen Fidakeen. Gun turrets, rocket turrets. Yeah. So the Atreides and Harkonnen are sort of quite, sort of stable with the units that they have. The Ordos take a bit more, sort of like getting used to. Their hover tanks aren't particularly strong, and they've got some. And then there's the Talaxu units as well. They're a bit weird. But anyway, that'll be enough for just now. Hopefully this is recorded. So thanks very much for watching. Sorry it was a bit lackluster, but this is like the second time that I had to do this today. But thanks for watching very much, and I'll try and get the third part, the Ordos part, out as soon as possible. And then I've actually already got ideas for more games after this one. So thanks very much. If you watched all the way to the end, please like, subscribe, or leave a comment if you'd like to. But thanks very much. Thanks very much for listening, and hope you enjoyed. See you later.